This video is on narrative theory. I'm going to be applying these theories to the Lord of the Rings trilogy as an example. First of all, we have Todorov's theory of equilibrium. Todorov's narrative theory states that most storylines and plots follow a similar pattern which consists of 5 key stages. The first stage is the equilibrium phase. In this stage, the story starts where everything is calm and normal and the idea that anything could go wrong seems ridiculous. The atmosphere is usually very calm and mellow, and it gives the audience an idea of what a normal day in the characters' lives would be like. This is followed by the disruption phase. This stage consists of a problem that comes up that breaks the equilibrium and usually requires the characters to do something about the disruption. The following stage is the realization phase. In this stage, the characters acknowledge the disruption and realize that something has to be done about it. In most cases, the disruption puts the characters in danger and they have to do something to stop it. The fourth stage is the restored order phase. Usually this is an attempt to restore the equilibrium.
The Horn of Gondor.
And the fifth and final stage is the equilibrium restored phase. In this stage, things return to normal as they were before, or at least they settle down and the general atmosphere of the plotline calms down again. In The Lord of the Rings, it's not till the end of the third film that they truly reach the equilibrium. However, at the end of each film they have small victories that make it feel like the atmosphere is settling down again. Next we have Prop's fairy tale characters theory. In this theory, Vladimir Prop states that there are 7 types of characters in most films. The Lord of the Rings bends the stereotypical rules that Prop set out, as there are some duplicates of each type of character. The first type of character is the hero. The hero is usually the main character, and they stereotypically defeat the villain and marry the princess. In this case, Frodo is the hero. It could also be argued that Aragorn is the hero. The next type of character is the villain. The villain generally struggles against the main character in the story. They often wear dark clothing to give the impression they're mysterious and dangerous, and quite a lot of villains have a scary appearance to help distinguish them from the rest of the characters in the story. In The Lord of the Rings, Sauron is the main villain. The next type of character is the dispatcher. The dispatcher is the character that sends the hero off on a journey or quest to fight the disruption as it is described in Todorov's theory. In Lord of the Rings, Lord Elrond is the dispatcher as he sends the Fellowship off to Mordor. Next we have the helper. The helper is the person that aids the hero on their quest and stands by them all the way through the film. In Lord of the Rings, the helper is Samwise Gamgee. Also, as you could argue that Aragorn is a hero, Legolas and Gimli could also be considered helpers, along with Merry and Pippin. The next type of character is the princess. The princess is the girl or woman that the hero is often trying to save or win over. In most films there isn't a literal princess, but most films use a female character as a love interest for the hero. In The Lord of the Rings, Arwen is the princess. Then we have the donor. The donor is the character that prepares the hero for battle or gives them something to help them win. In this case, Lady Galadriel is the donor and she gives Frodo the light of Erendil's star. And the last character type is the false hero. The false hero is often a traitor, and in the beginning of the film we are led to believe they are working with the hero, but later in the film they betray him or her. In The Lord of the Rings, this is Saruman as he betrays Gandalf when he goes to him for help. Boromir could also be considered a false hero, as he has moments where he rebels against the Fellowship and even tries to stop Frodo. And lastly we have Strauss's theory of binary opposition. Strauss's theory states that the way we perceive and understand words has a lot to do with the words we associate them with, mostly their opposites. Binary opposition features mostly in the horror genre as it creates contrast between the two sides of good, evil, sane and insane, living and dead, etc. This makes it easier to distinguish between the competing groups of characters. And that's a breakdown of narrative theory. Thank you very much for watching this video.